Hey everyone, so I'm on the boat. This is going to be, I've just got here cleaned up, ready for day one tomorrow of the transformation. I'm just going to show you around and the idea and the concept of what I'm trying to do here. So here's the boat. The lights are on. Switch them on, they're all hanging because all the electrics is there. You can see it's insulated. Got a nice skylight there. I'll turn around. Here's the main entrance, which my lock system is currently this hook and that. So I pull that up, more electrics. And this is my stairs at the moment. So a nice ladder to get down because you can clearly see the height. This is what I'm after in here. So this is the galley, which will be AKA the kitchen. My plan over this side is to add a cooker, oven, cupboard space, more cupboard space at the top, so a little worktop to basically do all the cooking. Staircase coming here down the middle, so there, where the ladder is, there'll be a staircase. Ideally some storage, if I can do some storage. Then on the opposite side, so you can see there, we've actually got, I'll do some other little videos of this as well. We've got all the switches. On the other side, that's where I'm gonna have my kitchen in the way, the other side of the kitchen. So that's gonna be the sink, more cupboard space, drawers. That should be coming out to just around about just before the window. But that's the two areas either side, so very rustic on either side. At the moment, this is my makeshift kitchen. So I've got everything there. This I love. You just open that straight up. Speak to the ducks in the morning. Well, not currently here, but in the future. Then let me turn it around. Now, as we then look forward, so this section right here, above the skylight, I'm gonna have double fridges, low down, and that's gonna be a worktop that brings me through. So it's gonna be a worktop, and also it's gonna be a little dining table. So there'll be nothing on the edges. That's all gonna be space free, which I can't wait for. That then, as we move forward a little bit more, up until these windows, basically this is gonna be a wall here. That's gonna be coming down, more boats outside, look at those views. This whole area here, this will be the living space. So this is the galley, this is gonna be the kitchen and the living area. And over on this side, just down here, what I'm planning for is actually to have a log burner, a stove. That's my idea. That's what I really want. Sorry, then we keep walking, there'll be a wall. So there'll be a wall on this side, a wall on that side. You walk through. As we come through, on this first point here, with this window and all like this, and you can just see the tap there, this will be the shower. So the shower is gonna be in here, fully tiled, nice little area to go into. On the opposite side, the toilet. So we've got it either there, so we can walk straight down the middle. This will have two sliding doors, which will also be the doors for the toilet and for the shower, and then they can close and separate the two areas. So then we've got the window there for the bathroom, great. Now, right where my bed is, so this is where I've been sleeping at the moment. Right where my bed is at the moment, this will then, you can see there'll be a sink here. We have a bathtub. So there's gonna be a bathtub right here, which I can't wait for. Then you walk around the edge. So they have a little wall, we'll walk around the edge, and this will then be the bedroom. So basically, if you think this is split into threes, then this area here is all for the bedroom. Come in, king size bed, dead in the middle. So when you're lying there, you can just look out of the window either side, not great views at the moment, or look forward. Here will be one wardrobe, and on the other side will be the other wardrobe. And then I can just open this up in the morning, have a look out the windows. So all the way through, because it'd just be a low worktop, you could walk in and see all the way down through the whole boat / cabin. So that's my idea, that's what I'm going for. The style of the walls are gonna be using, I've actually got the stuff over here, and this is some of it. So we're using pallets. So these have been used before, they'll be whitewashed. We might make them a little bit lighter. That's gonna be all over the walls. My plan at the moment is on the ceiling to be going straight down, and then on the walls to actually be going up. Not sure if I'm gonna be able to do the up, but that's my plan. That's what I wanna go for. It might be that I have to go also a long ways on the wall. So we're just gonna see, it's just with the fixings, because there's a lot of stuff that I'm trying to do and play around with. One of the other things I really want to do, if you see here on the boat, there's a ledge and then it goes in and there's another ledge. My idea, instead of going down, in and down, I want to take it on a complete angle. So I want to, instead of doing this, that's what, and the boat comes in a little bit like that, I want to actually take it on a complete diagonal all the way down. That's my idea I want to do, just so it feels like one wall, even though if it'd be slightly angled, but it's one wall rather than two pieces. If that makes sense. On top of that, how are we heating? So I've told you the log burner. We're going to have a log burner in here, which is, it's going to be great, but that's only in one area. The actual idea, let's see if it works. The idea is we're putting through underfloor heating throughout the whole boat, and then wooden floors over the top, and of course solar panels on the ceiling, on the roof, sorry. So then we can heat it and keep it nice and toasty all year round, so we're not cold. At the moment, I'm not gonna lie, it's gonna be cold because it's cold outside, and I can't use that heater the whole time because it's using up too much power. But this is a concept and idea, so good luck to me. Let's see, but I can't wait to take you on this journey so you see everything that goes on. I think day one, what I've got to do, well, first of all, I've got to come up with a new lock system for that door. That's important because I can't keep using that. So I'm going to come up with an idea. That'll be my number one priority. Number two, what I've got to start doing is all of the foam, I've got to cut that down a little bit, because some places, not everywhere, but some places, if you see up here, it's hanging out. So I've got to get into that, make it nice and smooth. But I'm not gonna lie, I'm really excited with all of this. Look at those views. Well, it's a little bit dirty and it's a bit cloudy. Can't wait for it to be a clear night so we can see the stars. That'll be great. Welcome to my boat. I just wanted to show you. So this is what I'm doing. So if you come here, you see this is now angled, which is brilliant. That's just gonna give a little bit more, when the plywood arrives, a little bit more support with the wood going on, because where I wanted to angle it down and not just in and down, that's basically how most people do it. I want that angle to keep going in, because I don't know, it will give an arch. It might not work, it might do, I'm not sure. But this is just an idea that I had. So I brought it down, you see it goes all the way down to the edging, and that's just a bit more security. So when we put the plywood on, that's there. If I want to do any extra storage in between, I can do it higher. But my idea is I'm running all the cables underneath, so I run through there, so I don't need to have a skirting board, which in another way will save me space. It'll just look a bit different, and I think the design of it will look a lot better. So just another 40 to go, that's it. I've finished pretty much all of these triangle sections that you see. Say for instance here I've got 2 left over. That's actually because I'm about to make the next stage, which is going to be the toilet and the shower. So that's a stud wall. So basically I don't need to attach that directly to there, because I'll do the stud wall first and then put it either side so it can attach. So I've got those. I've also done these little ones down here as well. You just see. So same thing, just a little bit shorter, so it runs. I've got to work out what I'm gonna do with this section, because if I show you on video, sorry for the mess, but if you see there, that's the way how the boat is made, that it goes off on an angle. And of course I'm gonna have the galley, so here's my temporary steps. I'm gonna have the galley down here, which is with the kitchen section. So the kitchen will go directly across there, but there still will be a little bit. So I've got to work out what I'm gonna do. I might add another piece of wood there, and then turn it maybe into some storage. That could be an idea, because if you look straight down, so if we come here as well, you see it all kind of angles. Sorry, the cables are in the way. I had to take those down. Now when that next bit drops, the bottom actually sticks out a little bit more than what I would like. So I've got to work out what I'm going to do with that. Like I said, I could do some type of little storage there, but I don't really want storage. I'm going to have the storage under the stairs. But I'm not going to lie, I'm happy with what I've done so far. because all the ply boards actually arrive tomorrow. Fingers crossed, they come. So when they arrive tomorrow, that means I needed all of this set up and ready to go, because otherwise, where am I going to put all these ply boards? I've got something like 56 4mm Marina plywood, which just means it's good for dampness and things like that. Not that I want any dampness, but I've got to work that out tonight as well before. I've actually got to play around. If you see all the lights and all like this, I've actually got to move the cables, because the whole point of me doing this is so the cables are not running above and again on the floor. They're actually going to run in between this section, which is just a space saver, and trying to make it look as smooth and streamlined, because I've said it before as well, the normal way of doing this is to bring it down with the wall, everyone goes in, and then they take it down, and you tend to see people having bookshelves or things like that all the way down. I don't want that at all, because I don't want to go in, down, have all these bookshelves everywhere and just putting stuff on it, ornaments, stuff like that. So my whole idea, what I was going for, was actually, I want to make the room look as big as possible. So for me, instead of bringing it down, then going in and then bringing it this way, yes, safe space, but then you have to put a skirting board on the bottom. A lot of people put radiators on the sides. It's just all sticking out for me. So what I'm doing, I'm continuing the line to the point. So then it will look like one, it won't be a straight wall, but it'll be on a diagonal, which I'm hoping is just gonna make it feel bigger in here. Because for me, again, like I keep emphasizing, I like a minimal life. I like less stuff. I don't like clutter. I feel that we get things constantly, gifts, we buy stuff. If I don't need it, I want to get rid of it. That's my mentality with everything I'm doing at the moment. I just want to get rid of it. I get the same when we're dancing. We finish a tour and they say, Neil, do you want to keep these shoes? And I'm like, no, I've got so many shoes, so I don't want to take them home. You can keep them. Don't buy me any more for the next tour, because these are still fine. I can still dance in them. Some of the guys are going through 3 shoes because as soon as they look a little bit scruffy, they're like, I want new ones. I'm like, they look fine. No one can see that from a distance. So keep them. I'm happy with those. I might need new laces, not a problem. And that's pretty much how I am. I will, storage-wise on this boat, I want to do understair storage on both sides, because I feel like there's a lot of electrical equipment that has to be hidden. On top of that, when guests come over, or the same, you first walk into the house, I actually want to, my main shoes and China's main shoes go in there. Plus then we can have our slippers, or as soon as you walk in, come downstairs, done. I did want to actually bring the kitchen out a little bit more. I'm still thinking about that, because also my idea was to have just behind, so I'll show you in a minute, but basically I wanted to have a little hidden door that you can open up, and within there is a torch, fishing rod, just little things you might need and little extra stuff. So you just open it up and it's a little cupboard with these little things, umbrellas, 2 umbrellas, and maybe a rain mac or something like that, and some like wellies or something. I just wanted that hidden right there, because I just thought that would be cool. If I do choose to turn this into an Airbnb later, I have that choice that when guests are coming, they're like, oh great, there's a fishing rod, let's go fishing. Or it's raining, oh great, there's umbrellas, let's take the umbrellas out. Oh, lights have gone out, there's a torch. Little things like that can go a long way. And then other storage, I am planning to have one bookshelf, which is going to be in the stud wall of the shower. So that would be not actually in the shower, but I will have that stud wall. So on the living room side will be a bookshelf, and also it'd be there for my little stereo system, little speaker, because I think that's nice. And then on the opposite side will be the shower, but then on the part you walk through, there'll be a little cove as well, which will be tiled up. And that's just to put shampoo and things like that, just a few bottles. I don't want loads of stuff, I just want the simple stuff there. And then I have to do the exact same on the opposite side for the toilet, but that can then be a storage with cupboards above the toilet, which would be great. Toilet paper, anything like cleaning products can be all in there, hidden away, which I like. I like the idea of that. That's what I want to go with. My hands are so dry. Then the next thing, there'd be storage underneath the sink of the bathroom. Yes, I'm going to be storage underneath the sink of the bathroom. And also I'm thinking, because basically the bathroom and the bedroom is all open. So it's all open plan. So the bathroom is on the back side of the headboard. So then if I do it facing you, this will be the sink with a mirror. And then the headboard goes across and there's a bath here, and then behind there is the actual bed. And on to the other side is actually a little makeup table, hairdryer and things like that. So I'm thinking that I want to do maybe a double-sided mirror in a way of cupboard that you can open it up either side. So you've got the mirror, but you can open it and then just take things from. That was my kind of idea. Or I just put it on the side in the bathroom and then leave the mirror for the other side. So I've got to think about exactly that. They're just little things I've got to think about as well. And then under the bed, there'll be drawers, a couple of drawers for stuff, shoes, a long drawer for shoes, and then there'll be an ottoman. So the bed's going to be quite high because it'll be storage underneath with the clothes and the shoes, and then it'll be an ottoman that opens up. So extra blankets, extra sheets, things like that, suitcases, they'll all be in there. And then 2 wardrobes, and again the stairs, because underneath you can actually go a little bit further, but the stairs again will have the drawers for the shoes. But I want it all hidden. I don't want it just like, oh look, you can see there's a hinge on it. I want it that it just looks like it runs all the way through, so really good quality. And the only other place I'm thinking about is the middle island, which is going to have 2 fridges, double fridge, and then the worktop just continues all the way. So they're actually, I want to do them as low fridges. So instead of normally having, I think it's like 90 centimeters or something like that, instead of having a top like that at 90 centimeters, the fridges aren't going to be that high. So I want them a little bit low. And I want to try and then see if the worktop goes across, because I don't want to have, I want to have chairs. So I want it low, and I also don't want it to go this down across. I want it to be a smooth line. Hopefully I'm going to add something, I don't know, like marble or something on the worktops, just to, yeah, it's all rustic in here, but I just want that little quality. So that's just a fill up. That's what's going on. Coming tomorrow. That section's done. Brilliant. Like I said, I've got a couple of the triangles left over, and that's just where I've got to make the cupboard space. The headboard that comes out, which I need to know from the plumber how big that needs to be, because all the pipes will run through the headboard. And that's quite clever actually, what I've done. Just saying I'm clever. I've actually run, all the water supply is on the left-hand side. Okay? Sink, shower, toilet, shower, the other sink for the bathroom, and the bath. That's all on one side. Toilet is freestanding because that's going to be either electrical gas run. I think we've still got to talk about that, what's going to happen. But yeah, the water's on one side, cook on that's on the other side. Just again, space. And I love the fact that I had to, the boat builder was like, we need to know these things. How do you want to make it? And I really had to think how to do it. I think I'm actually going to really love making boats. Be Neil Jones, the boat builder. Love it. Anyway, bye y'all.